This was one of the strongest churches in the ancient world, a pillar of faith in a city of stone, a beacon that shone across the Roman province of Asia. Built by apostles, taught by the greatest theologians of the first century, it was a center of apostolic authority and unshakable truth, led with discipline, guided by the very hand of Paul himself. For decades, it stood as a fortress of doctrine against a rising tide of paganism, and still, it was warned. Because beneath the surface of perfection, something was missing, something fundamental to its very existence. Not power, not truth, but something deeper, a vital connection that had once been the heartbeat of their community, and now it was fading. To understand the church, we must first understand the city. Ephesus was no ordinary Roman colony. It was the gateway to the East, a metropolis of 250,000 souls. It was a center of trade, culture, and immense political influence. The seat of the Roman proconsul and a jewel in the crown of the empire, people came here from across the known world to buy, to sell, and to exchange the riches of the Orient for the luxuries of Rome. Commerce was the city's lifeblood, but with wealth came a complex social hierarchy, a city of elite philosophers, merchant princes, and a vast underclass of laborers and slaves. Intellectualism flourished here. The great library was a testament to their hunger for knowledge, but knowledge without wisdom is a hollow shell. Above all, Ephesus was a city defined by its devotion. It was the home of the Temple of Artemis, one of the 7 wonders of the ancient world. The cult of Diana dominated every aspect of life, from the city's economy to its social structures. To deny Diana was to deny the very soul of Ephesus. The air was thick with the scent of sacrifice and the weight of ancient rituals, a spiritual battlefield where the old world fought to maintain its grip. And in the middle of this sensory overload, a new message arrived, a message that didn't blend in with the pantheon of gods. It stood apart. It was a confrontation, a call to turn from the dead idols of the past toward a living hope that transcended the marble and the stone. This wasn't just another philosophy, it was a radical disruption of the status quo, a spiritual revolution that began in secret in the hearts of the common people. They met in homes, they shared their lives. They were a family bound not by blood, but by a shared encounter with the divine. Then came Paul. He didn't just visit Ephesus, he made it his home. For 3 years, he labored to plant the seeds of faith. He taught in the hall of Tyrannus daily, from noon until the evening, pushing back the darkness with the light of the gospel. He corrected their misunderstandings. He built their foundation. He established a leadership that was trained to handle the word of truth with precision. By the time he left, the Ephesian church was a model for all of Asia Minor, a fortress of spiritual strength and uncompromising integrity. From the outside, it looked perfect. Their doctrine was pure. Their discernment was razor sharp. They could spot a false teacher from a mile away. They worked hard. They endured hardship without quitting. They were a church that functioned with the precision of a well-oiled machine. But beneath the surface of their activity, a slow and subtle drift had begun. Their strength was becoming their routine. Their passion was becoming a performance. The fire that had once consumed them had become a controlled flame. They were doing all the right things, but for all the wrong reasons. Then came the message from the island of Patmos, a letter from the resurrected Christ himself, a final, piercing diagnosis of their spiritual condition. It began with praise for their perseverance. "I know your deeds," he said, "your toil and your patient endurance. I know you cannot tolerate wicked men." They were the guardians of the faith, the keepers of the light. But the light was dimming from the inside out. But then came the but. "But I have this against you, that you have left your first love." A devastating blow to their pride. They were active, but they were no longer connected. They were correct, but they were not alive. The intimacy was gone. They had replaced a person with a program, a relationship with a ritual. They had forgotten why they started in the first place. The warning was stark. "Remember from where you have fallen, repent and do the things you did at first." A call to return to the source. "If you do not repent, I will come to you and remove your lampstand from its place." A final chance to reclaim their soul. Without love, their truth was a clanging cymbal. Without connection, their discipline was a heavy burden. They were on the verge of becoming a monument to what once was, rather than a living witness to what could be. The lampstand was ready to be removed. This is why Ephesus matters to us today. not because of what they built, but because of what they lost in the pursuit of perfection. It is a warning to every heart that has grown cold, to every life that has become mechanical, to every soul that has forgotten its first love. The question remains for us. Are you doing everything right, but missing what matters most? Is your work a labor of love, or just a labor? Return to the heart of the message. Return to the simple devotion that started it all. Return to your first love.